Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Simon of Trent, the Unknown Artist. I first gave this presentation as an encore to a series of lectures I performed in summer of 2014, but the video just didn't turn out right. Now, before you accuse me of being anti-Semitic, I need to point out to you that all the information you see comes from the Encyclopedia Judaica, printed in Jerusalem, Israel. All I'm going to do is show several pictures, and I'm going to show captions associated with these pictures, and we're going to carefully analyze a few of these pictures. And beware, your eyes can play tricks on you. We are here to determine who the artist was. Now, I don't think it's right to blame people who live today for wrongs their ancestors did in the past. Saying, I don't want people blaming me for wrongs that my ancestors did in the past. And that is not our issue. Our issue here is the artist and discovering who the artist was. So now let's go back in time to the year 1475 to a town in Italy called Trent, where there lived a little boy named Simon. I'm going to begin by showing this picture taken from Encyclopedia Judaica, Volume 3, page 120. Anno 1475 a.m., I guess this means morning. Brunnen, Donnerstag. Donnerstag is Thursday, and I believe this means Holy Thursday, which is the Thursday before Good Friday, before Easter / Passover. Kindling, the child Simon, 2 years old, is put to death by the Jews. See right here, Juden, all right? And I believe this picture is probably drawn after the fact. I'm not sure where it came from or who actually drew it. But I'm going to draw your attention to something that you're not going to notice. And that is right down here at the bottom. Right here we have what appear to be daggers. And let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? There's 9 of these daggers or large pins, whatever you want to call them. And you can tell that there are slash marks all over little Simon's body here. All right, he's laid out. He's got his wrists are tied up here with what appears to be rope. So we're going to run with that. And that's our first picture. Volume 3, page 120. Now we're going to pages 97 and 98, the top of those pages. Volume 3 of Encyclopedia Judaica under the title of Anti-Semitism. Let's look at it right here. The blood libel. The accusation that Jews murdered Christian children to obtain blood for the Passover ritual. This is good right here. One of the many such allegations was the Simon of Trent blood libel of 1475, which led to the extermination of the Jewish community of the Italian town of Trent. Simon was venerated as a martyr until 1965, when the cult was suspended by order of the Vatican. I'll point that out. One of the many such allegations. Next, we're going to look at this picture. This is from a German woodcut, a 15th century German woodcut. Well, didn't all this happen in Italy? So how do we have German woodcut? Okay, Volume 3, Encyclopedia Judaica, page 98. Look at it a little bit here. Now we're going to look at the bottom. We're going to look at the caption down at the bottom of it. Right here, a 15th century German woodcut showing Jews extracting blood from the infant Simon's body. Each wears the distinguishing circular Jewish badge. The distinguishing circular Jewish badge. Okay, let's go back up to the top here. And you see it's got names. And the names will change, but that's not our issue. All right, we're going to look at some of these circular badges. Here's one here, 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 and here. And you'll notice this is Grunetta here. So I'm going to call that a woman. Quite ugly, to facially challenged. All right, we're going to come down here a little bit. And we're going to see more of the circular Jewish badges here, here, and here. And we're going to show that this one is different, that it has 2 holes here, 2 holes here, 2 holes here, which to me kind of indicates that this particular photograph in Judaica was actually used. It was actually on a plaque on someone's wall. And you see that they are extracting blood here from Simon. But where are they extracting blood from? All right. The next picture I'm going to show is virtually the same as the previous picture. However, this one comes from Volume 4, Encyclopedia Judaica, page 1122. Under the title of Blood Libel. And we're going to spend a little bit more time with it. First of all, we're going to read what it says at the bottom. I love the captions. I'm showing the captions first. A 15th century German woodcut showing Jews extracting blood from Simon of Trent, which is very similar to the Frisian, subject of the Italian blood libel of 1475. A 15th century German woodcut. Okay, well, 15th century, for those of you who have a hard time following this, that is the 1400s. Late 1400s. I'm going to go to the top. And before we scroll down and look at some of this, we're going to look at this doorway over here. We're going to look at the brickwork here. And we're going to look at this brickwork right here and right here. And then we're going to see how this right here comes into play. You see the design in this, what appears to be a window or some type of niche or whatever. And you'll see the various names, various hats. We're going to come down. Now, right here, this fella here who they call Samuel, he's got something open right here. This is what I believe is a book, which we'll see why after a while. And it's laying on Simon's back. And you see this, the circular Jewish badge here, here. And you'll notice that these guys here are poking Simon in the side, in the arms. They're poking him with these needles or these pins that Grunetta is holding here. All right, now, Grunetta is holding, let's count these pins. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Appears to have 8 pins in her left hand here. And right here she's holding a candle. Now, if they're extracting blood from Simon, the blood is coming down into this bowl. And this man here is holding the bowl that the blood is being drained into. So where's the blood coming from? Well, this man here, Tobias, is what his name is here. He is rubbing Simon right here in the groin area. And this guy here, Moses, he has cut off with this knife, he has cut off Simon's phallus. And that's where the blood is coming from. When the phallus is excited and the blood starts to flow there, well then boom, you cut it off and the blood drains into this bowl here. All right, now we're going to look at it after I blow it out here a little bit. And now I'm going to point out that your eye is going to play some tricks on you. Now, the artist is not mentioned in this woodcut. We don't know who the artist is, but we're going to figure out who the artist is after a while. Right? Now, we're going to start here at the top, and we're going to count all of the people except Simon. We're not going to count Simon. We're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people. 8 people. But remember, there were 9 knives. There were 9 daggers. Okay, now we're going to look at it again. We're going to blow it out a little bit, let you look at it, let you study it for a moment, and see all the action that's going on. Now, the main reason I call this person here a woman is because her name is Grunetta, and ending in an A. I assume that is more feminine. But her name is Grunetta on all of the pictures I'm going to show. Here's her candle. She's holding pens. 8 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's the blood coming down into the bowl. The next entry I'm going to show you in this presentation comes from volume 15, Encyclopedia Judaica, page 1374. Let you look at it for a little bit here. And as usual, we're going to start off with the caption at the bottom. It says here, "The Martyrdom of Simon of Trent, an oil painting depicting the famous blood libel, artist unknown. Artist unknown. South Tyrol, about 1475. And this particular picture is housed, this oil painting is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, Harvard University, Houghton Library. Artist unknown, but we know who the artist is. We know who the artist is. Now we're going to scroll back up to the top here and point out a couple of things here that we didn't quite see in the last picture. Now you'll notice this fella here, he's got this book open now. It's out in front. It's not laying on Simon's back as it was in the previous picture. All right? Here it is here. And there are many more holes in Simon. Or holes or wounds, I guess we could say wounds in Simon. Let's call them wounds. And we can see that the knives, the little daggers here, or whatever they are, they're being poked in him still. And everyone here is watching attentively. Now, you'll notice over here in Grunetta, she still has her candle going. But right here in her hand, her left hand, there are only 3 pins left. 3 pins. And over here, we have this man holding, or this one, I'm not sure who, he's also holding a candle up. And back in the 1400s, 1500s, all they had was candles for light. Lamps, candles. And we see the lack of a phallus here on Simon, but he's still able to say. You'll notice his hands are tied behind his back, and he's still standing here. And right here, this man is still holding the bowl. But wait a minute. This man here is drinking from a chalice. His action here is drinking from the chalice. Well, what would you suspect is inside this chalice? I suspect that it is blood that has come down from Simon here, and this man has held out the chalice here so that this man can pour blood into the chalice and then he can drink it. I don't know what else he would be drinking there. Okay, so let's go back up to right here. Got it blown up a little bit. And we're going to count the people. We're going to count everyone except Simon. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 people here. 9 people. And this is in the same picture. Put a little bit of emphasis on the fact that, I don't know how clear it's going to show up, but here's the circular design in this window. We notice the brickwork here, and here, and here, in this oil painting. You see the cloak of this man here in the background there. We don't see here the Jewish circular badge on anyone, do we? We don't see that circular badge. The circular badges are gone. But we still see the keys here on Grunetta, don't we? Martyrdom of Simon of Trent, oil painting, artist unknown. And this is from volume 15, page 1374. Now let's go back. Let's go back to this picture here. All right, now, your eye is playing a trick on you. Now, I want you to look at this picture, and I want you to count out 9 people, not including Simon. Where are 9 people? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where is number 9? Your eyes may have fooled you. Number 9 is sitting right down here, just looking like a pile of rags. In this ritual across this altar here, / table, whatever you want to call it, someone has to be down underneath there. This is number 9. Now remember the 9 daggers. All right, now let's go again. Artist unknown. The artist is unknown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, who is the artist? The artist is not unknown. I know who the artist is. Our next item comes from volume 3, again, page 98. The corpse of innocent Simon the Martyr in Trento. This was Simon's glass coffin that was venerated in Trent and put on postcards. Memorial card distributed until recent years in the cathedral in Trent, where Simon's relics are preserved. Where Simon's relics are preserved. So did this event happen or not? I'm leaving that up to you. Going back, let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 daggers. And there's poor little Simon's coffin. So who was the artist? If you haven't figured it out, the guy that did woodcut, the guy that did the oil painting, it was the same person. And that person was present when the event took place. Thank you.